What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel and you check out the content. And with that being said, man, in this episode, man, I'm going to talk about LeBron James and Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, man, and how things are falling apart for Clutch Sports. I made a video about this probably about almost like a year ago, man, and I said that as soon as LeBron James retire from basketball, Clutch Sports is going to fade out. And that's because Clutch Sports has made some decisions and made some moves that I thought that just hurt them and was going to hurt them in the long run. Right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some audio of Rich Paul complaining about what's complaining about what's going on and with Clutch Sports and how to and how everything is affecting their business, right? But before I go into that, I just wanted to let you all know that I am looking for some contestants to come on to my new sports trivia show that I'm going to be doing, right? And so if you're interested in being a contestant and you want to, you want the opportunity to display your sports knowledge, whether that's basketball, baseball, football, even boxing, right? You can just come on to the show and you'll have an opportunity to win, get free prizes and win some money on my sports trivia show. All you have to do is answer some questions, beat me at a game of tic-tac-toe. You see the tic-tac-toe board behind me. You answer the trivia questions, you get X's or O's depending on, whichever one you choose. And yeah, you'll have the opportunity to win cash and get prizes. And so if you're interested, and keep this in mind, you get $50 just for coming on the show and being a contestant, right? Then if you are able to beat me in a game of tic-tac-toe, winning getting the trivia questions correct, then you'll win an extra $50 plus whatever the prizes are that go with winning. So that's easy. That should be easy for you sports gurus, right? And so if you're interested, call this number on the screen, 410-493-6938. Just say, Mike, I want to be a contestant. I want to display my sports knowledge, man, and try to get these get this cash and these prizes. So now that that's out the way, back to the topic at hand. Like I said a year ago or more, probably, that once Clutch Sports or once LeBron James retire, Clutch Sports is going to fade away with him, right? Because the only leverage that Clutch Sports have is the fact that LeBron James is in the league. They could have taken that opportunity, the 20 years or the 23 years that LeBron James was in the league. They could have taken that opportunity to build a business on trust and loyalty, right? And just doing what's best for their clients. But they didn't do that. They leveraged LeBron James's his power in the league, and they didn't do it in a way to help their clients. They did it in a way to help LeBron James, right? When LeBron James, of all the clients that Clutch had, he was the one who needed the least amount of help. And in the long run, it would have served Clutch Sports better to serve their clients the way they should have been served. And now, I think now, the tables are turning and it's coming back to haunt them. And this audio right here that I'm about to play lets you know that Rich Paul and LeBron James are starting to feel the heat from some of the decisions that they made while they had all the leverage
beneath them, because if you can't climb up or you're prevented from climbing up, at least if you can put something below you, you're not on the bottom. That's human.
And I want to be clear, like I'm not saying that nobody's above critique. LeBron's not, I'm not, nobody is above critique. But I'm telling you, it's a deeper thing. And I feel the effects of it because I've had NBA current players and former players involve themselves in a recruiting process with a kid that's not their son and purposely push a kid to a different agency because of their disdain for LeBron, and I'm his guy. So I know what happens and what's to be true. So that's when I
Someone
talk.
else's success makes you feel bad about you because it
That's just
places
been
you
that's
below.
that's just been it. We have to, and that's the thing. We have to overcome so much to be successful. And success isn't just from a financial perspective, just to be positioned to where you can always be in position.
All right. So that right there is just Rich Paul complaining about like how other agents are really, you know, they and to me it's just fair competition, because whatever the chinks are in Clutch Sports Management, of course their competition is going to use that to get a leg up on them, right? And LeBron James and them, they could have LeBron James and Chris or Rich Paul could have set themselves up where as though they would have had loyal clients, you know, but they used their clients sometime as leverage to get LeBron James a better deal. They used their clients as leverage. You know, everything they did was to benefit LeBron James, and their clients resent that. And so now the agents and the other clients talk about that when they go to prospective clients, and LeBron James and Rich Paul don't like that. You know, they're starting to feel the heat. I remember when Rich Paul was talking about Austin Reeves and what Austin Reeves should you know, they should maybe trade Austin Reeves or something like that. All that stuff is coming back to bite these guys in the backside because of the way they have been moving. And I know, like, throughout the years, people have been saying, well, the media have been saying that LeBron James is so intelligent. LeBron James knows he knows basketball, and he's a very savvy business person, right? And all the moves that LeBron James have made, to me, don't seem like he studied the game, don't seem like he knew the game, or really don't seem like he knew anything about life in general. Because if you want loyalty from your customers, then you have to treat your customers right. Clutch Sports didn't do that. If you want to be the GOAT in basketball, you know, if you think you're the GOAT in basketball, then you got to put the work in. You can't take shortcuts. And everything that LeBron James has done, everything that Clutch has done is just they've taken shortcuts. And in the long run, these shortcuts come back to haunt you. And that's what's happening with Clutch Sports. That's what's happening with LeBron James's career. You just can't say that you're the GOAT. You got to put in that work. You know, and Kobe Bryant knew that, right? Kobe Bryant came behind Michael Jordan, and he knew that he had to work just as hard, if not harder, than Michael Jordan to put himself in that same conversation. All of the great basketball players have known that you got that's something you just can't skimp on. You got to put the work in. And along the whole line, everywhere you turn and you look, it's about LeBron James and Clutch Sports, all those guys just taking shortcuts. Sure, you got leverage because as Clutch Sports, you are managing LeBron James. That's your leverage. But if you want to have staying power, you could have taken that opportunity to build loyalty amongst your customers. That way, your customers would have been your greatest like advocates. They would have advertised for your business, and then they would have told other people like, all right, this is what Clutch has done for me. My association with LeBron James has benefited me in this way, but it didn't. LeBron James and Clutch used the people that they had to as leverage, and a lot of times it didn't work out for them as much as it did LeBron James, and then that created some resentment, and now that gives agents more ammunition to go after Clutch and use that when they go sit and talk to other prospective clients. And now, like, and you know, I said this a while ago, once LeBron James retired, that's just his leverage. Whereas though he could have you've been in the league for 23 years, you could have built up relationships with GMs, managers, you know, other players around the league. Like, that's a long time to be in the league and not have taken advantage of that. And just, yeah. And so that's why, like I said, you got this guy, Rich Paul, complaining about what other agents are doing. But this was an opportunity that they blew, and you can't really blame it on other agents, or you can't blame it on current players or past players, because everybody see right through what LeBron James has done. And now that his leverage is starting to slip because he's on his way out the league, it'll be the same thing for Clutch Sports. Once LeBron is out the league, they'll be out the game shortly thereafter. And that's how I go. They just blew this opportunity. So that's my take on it. I've been saying this for a while. And now here it is. So that's my take on it. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, like I said, if you're interested in being a contestant on my new sports trivia show, and you want some easy money for a chance to display your sports knowledge, just give me a call and we can set up a time for you to come on the show, and we'll take it from there. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.